winningest Washington Redskins coach of all time. Today back in Washington, but as head coach of the Chicago Blitz. Key player, rookie running back Tim Spencer, number 46, out of Ohio State. As a senior last year, he led the Big Ten in rushing. A bruising short yardage runner with the speed to get outside, Tim Spencer would almost certainly have been a first-round pick in any league's draft. The opponents, the Washington Federals, coached by Ray Yauch. Quite a different man from George Allen, but a very successful coach in his own right in the Canadian Football League. And their key player, another star rookie running back, wearing number 32 just as he did at Southern Methodist University, Craig James. Like Spencer, big and strong, very fast. Like Spencer, he too would be a first-round pick in any draft. ABC Sports presents the season premiere of the United States Football League. Today, live from RFK Stadium in Washington, D.C., it's the Chicago Blitz versus the Washington Federals. The scene live in RFK Stadium. George Allen on the sidelines for the first time here since 1977. Across the way, Ray Yauch, coaching here after 12 years in the Canadian Football League as head coach of the Washington Federals. A drizzly, cold day, not unlike the kind of weather you would expect here in RFK Stadium in late October or early November. It feels like football weather. Hello, I'm Jim Lampley, and I'll be honest with you. I will wait to see how many of you are that anxious to see football in spring, but everything I've seen and heard in the past 3 weeks leads me to believe that this experiment, the United States Football League, has a great chance of flying. Clearly, in my view, there are enough pro football players to go around for this league to field a credible product. And clearly, there are enough big-name football coaches, some of them with long-standing identities in American football, who are willing to commit themselves to this project. The rest is up to you. But if you're going to stick with us today, you're going to see a lot of new faces and a fascinating storyline. One of the new faces, Lee Corso, who is working here with us at ABC for the first time, formerly the head coach at the University of Indiana and one of about 24 college football coaches whose contributions to American higher learning have been terminated in this past fall football season. Lee, very nice to have you with us. We're going to see in the personalities of George Allen and Ray Yauch, two entirely different men, one of them well known to Americans, one of them not known at all.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody knows George Allen. They've heard about him. He's a fine football coach. But when you get down to it, I've known Ray Yauch for about 10 years, and I'm very impressed with him. He's an intense individual. He looks a lot older than he is, you know, but that's because he was a head coach a long time. He come out of the Canadian League with Edmonton and Winnipeg, and he knows how to win.
One of the big stories in this league and in its prospective success, the development of rookie players, and we've got three very important ones here today. Trumaine Johnson and Tim Spencer on the Blitz.
Yeah, on the Blitz team, 46, Spencer, in my opinion, when he played for Ohio State, particularly the last three ball games, and I say this because I saw him in the flesh, I don't think there's a better football player in America, including Herschel Walker. I'll be interested to see how he compares to Walker at the end of the year. And Trumaine Johnson, everybody talks about him because when Coach Eddie Robinson from Grambling says he's one of the best football players he's ever coached, he's got to be dynamite.
On the other side, number 32, Craig James of the Washington Federals, another very big name in this league.
And a very fine football player. He's a strong, hard runner. His problem is how much blocking he's going to get, you know, because the offensive line for the Federals is a little young, and you're only as good as an offensive lineman when you're a running back.
That's Lee Corso, who will be with us all day, one of the most entertaining men in football, and we look forward to having a couple of laughs and enjoying what could be a very good football game here. George Allen, in his return to Washington with the Chicago Blitz, will be back right after this. We're back in RFK Stadium for the climax of what has been a very festive weekend here in Washington. The Federals hosted an inaugural ball for the United States Football League Friday night. There was a good deal of activity around here at the stadium yesterday when the Blitz arrived to practice. A lot of people came out to see George Allen. And right now, Lou Rawls, one of the greatest singers on this continent, is going to render an a cappella version of our national anthem.
The United States Air Force Honor Guard, under the direction of Senior Airman Joe Johnson, while they're staying at attention, we invite you to stand, please, for the singing of our national anthem by special guest
see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave over the land of the free and the home of the
And as Lou Rawls fills the place up with his voice, the balloons are released, and the festivities continue. You will be surprised to learn, perhaps, that the red, white, and blue uniforms do not belong to the Washington Federals. The Chicago Blitz wear red, silver, and blue with some white trim. And the colors of the Washington Federals are green and black, which are also the colors of the Federals' owner, Burl Bernard's yacht. He's a yacht racer. The Federals have won the coin toss and will receive, and the Blitz will be kicking off. There are the weather conditions: 54 degrees, wind about 8 miles an hour out of the northeast, 90% humidity, and that says it all. The rain has been falling most of the morning and all through the early afternoon here at RFK Stadium. The field was under a tarp until about an hour and a half ago, but it is bound to be wet, if not sloppy. Certainly wet right now. Deep to receive, number 44 on the right of your screen is Mike Guest out of Ohio State, a defensive back. And number 16 on the left was Reggie Smith. Remember him, the tiny one from Atlanta, 5 feet 4 inches tall. And there's Frank Corral, who you remember from the Rams and UCLA, an Allen favorite, kicking off as Reggie Smith picks it up at the 8-yard line and has a big opening across the 35 to the 38-yard line. A little boost for the Federals as they get ready to go on offense. Number 57, Doak Field, reserve linebacker out of Baylor, made the stop for the Blitz. And Reggie Smith will stay in the ball game at one wide receiver. The other starting wide receiver will be Mark Brown. There are the skill position starters. The quarterback, Kim McQuilkin, you'll remember, as a backup for the Falcons and the Redskins. And along the offensive front, there are not any household names there. Perhaps the strongest blocker, number 60, a rookie right tackle out of Maryland, Dave Pasella. In the backfield with McQuilkin, number 32 will be James. Number 39, James Mayberry, the fullback out of Colorado, formerly with the Falcons. The other wide receiver is Mark Brown, a rookie from Towson State. And on first down, it will be James. And he is going to be done. First man back there was number 52, Stan White, and number 28, Don Schwartz. Strong safety came up to finish James off. Call it a loss of 3 back to the 35, and it will be 2nd and 13. Come on, Steve! McQuilkin is number 11. And number 32, now in the split back formation, is Craig James. Excellent tackle on the corner by number 1, Frank Minifield, rookie cornerback out of Louisville. Yes, he's the cousin of Dirk Minifield of Kentucky, and James picked up 3 yards to get back to the original line of scrimmage. So Lee Corso 3rd and 10, and already it appears that the inexperienced offensive line is having difficulty for the Federals.
Absolutely. The first play they tried was a little misdirection play, and I think if the rain doesn't stop, they're going to have to go right at the blitz a little bit more, which means directly right at them and not around the ends.
There are a lot of George Allen-style veterans on this blitz defense. We'll be naming them for you as they come into the ball game. Eddie Brown, remember him, the kick returner for the Redskins and the Rams, is now in as the nickelback on 3rd and 10. Pass, batted down, and that was number 70, Kit Lathrop, rookie defensive tackle out of Arizona State, who snuffed Kim McQuilkin's passing attempt, and the Federals will get ready to kick the ball away. The punter is back in formation. Number 89, deep to receive, is Lenny Willis, the wide receiver out of Ohio State. Number 3, Steve Hoffman from Dickinson College will do the punting for the Federals. Craig James was a great punter in college, but he's not kicking for the Federals because they expect him to have a heavy workload in all other areas. Hoffman barely gets it away. High, Willis calls for the fair catch and makes it at the 30-yard line of the blitz. So, a 32-yard kick for Steve Hoffman, and you can see that it was almost blocked.
They come from the outside. They had a 10-man blitz here, and it takes a chance. The great thing about that is that kid stayed right in there, Hoffman, and kicked the ball without the pressure.
So here come the blitz. The quarterback is Greg Landry, 36 years old. You'll remember him with the Lions and the Colts and long ago at the University of Massachusetts. And on first down, the give is to Spencer, and Donnie Harris, the strong safety, or the free safety, I should say, brings him down, but not before Spencer gets all the way to the 39-yard line. A pickup of 7, maybe a short 8, and it'll be second down 2 or 3. Landry, Spencer, Kevin Long, formerly of the Jets, Wayman Buggs, Trumaine Johnson in the skill positions for the Chicago Blitz. Second down, call it a long 2. With the football, Benny Smith, number 92, first-year defensive tackle out of Missouri, made the stop for the Federals, but Spencer was able to pick up enough for the first down, so the first down of the ball game. Offensive line, Ricker, Taylor, Stevenson, Wally Pursuit, Tim Norman, and Nick Ayer. So the blitz already demonstrated they will be moving the football on the ground. It was a great hole for Spencer on first down. This is Spencer again, and this time he is snuffed in the defensive backfield as Benny Smith was able to get back there.
Jim, you can see automatically that the blitz plan is to go right at this young defensive team of the Federals. Right at them means run straight at them, not too fancy.
There's a look at Benny Smith, who made the play for the Federals. It was a loss of 2. It is second down, 12 yards to go. No flag. Trumaine Johnson has his first reception in the United States Football League. Short of a first down, out of bounds at the 48-yard line, still in blitz territory.
All right, now you watch Trumaine. He uses his speed. In other words, he's got that guy afraid he's going to go deep. It just turns out, catches it. Great delivery, great timing. Landry to Trumaine Johnson.
Pickup of 9 yards on the play. Perhaps the biggest concern for the Federals' defensive staff coming into the ball game was how to cope with Trumaine Johnson. Like most of their team, the Federals' secondary is somewhat inexperienced. Third down now. The ball must get to the 48 of Washington for a first down. Good throw down the middle, number 88. Another Wookiee ride receiver, Wayman Buggs out of Vanderbilt, has the first down for the blitz at the 37-yard line of Washington on a 14-yard pickup.
At that time, you could see Landry. He goes back. They put a man in motion, Buggs, and this makes the people in the backfield move around. Now watch him. He drives himself deep. He does a little squaring across the middle. They had good protection, and Landry drops the ball right into the hole. Watch this nice concentration, looking the ball right in his hand. Boom. Good shot.
So now with first down at the 37-yard line. Spencer gets the call up the middle. Coy Bacon, one of the real venerable attractions in this league. And it was Kevin Long, not Spencer. Correct myself, 48, not 46. In his 5th year as a pro out of South Carolina.
Jim, most of the ball games are 1 and 5 minute segments. First 5 minutes of the ball game, very important on who establishes the line of scrimmage. Right now, the blitz has the best of it because they're controlling the inside area.
Second down 5 after the pickup by Long of 5 yards. This time there will be flags. Looks as though the right guard, Tim Norman, of the blitz may have jumped. We'll await the call. There are some rules differences here. We'll bring you up to date on them later. The call is against the blitz, so that will move it back out to the 37 or 38-yard line and make it second down 10.
That'll happen sometimes, particularly in the early part of the season, because they're trying to change around their snap count.
There are some of the rules differences, Lee. Optional 2-point conversion, just like college football.
I know about that one.
Yes, sir. It's ruined a lot of coaches' careers.
Including mine.
The pass interference difference is perhaps the most significant one. They have a kicking tee here, not in the NFL. And during the last 2 minutes of each half, a first down stops the clock. Nickel defense now, 5 defensive backs in the game for Washington. So the blitz come with the draw play. Good call, and Spencer has a healthy pickup, perhaps another first down. In fact, it is another first down at the 26.
Now watch Spencer. He sets up in what they call a trap. Now watch the tackle come down and trap that guy. Boom. There goes Spencer, 46. Makes a cut behind Airy, number 78. Drives, and he's a fine football player. 14 yards, first down.
Spencer's on it. They will lose 4 yards. It'll be second down 14 at the 29.
Those things will happen at the beginning of the season. I don't care what league, if it's at the elementary school. But this situation here will be worked out as they play longer and longer.
Greg Landry, 36 years old, and of course not regarded as a mobile quarterback. That has never been a high premium for George Allen offenses. There are the stats, 2 of 2. Looking for Johnson. Good play. Donnie Harris. No, check it. Jeff Brown, 36, not 26. Jeff Brown, the rookie cornerback out of Liberty Baptist, was the man who was back there with Johnson.
He had him beat. Now remember, this is the same situation where he scared that guy going out. And the kid Brown, the rookie, goes up, right up here, makes a great deflection with his right hand. Tremendous football play by Brown. You notice they go right after the rookie in clutch situations. That's George Allen's theory.
So now it is third down, 14. You get a look at Jeff Brown. And once again, he matches up head-on-head against Trumaine Johnson. And Landry will go down. Number 79, Coy Bacon, who's been doing that for 15 years, got in there again, as did number 70, Drew Taylor, and 92, Benny Smith. All of them surrounded Landry.
Watch Coy Bacon now. He makes a good outside move on number 75. Taylor. Rob Taylor's only a rookie, see? A rookie from Northwestern, and that guy Bacon's been playing longer than Taylor's been living. And he moved him with a great outside move.
So the blitz, who were pushed out of field goal range by that sack, will punt the ball away. And the deep men for the Federals are standing at the 10-yard line. 22 is Buddy Hardeman, a former Redskin. 16 is Reggie Smith. Mike Guess is up short. And the flag will be for delay of game against the blitz.
Now Now, they did that on purpose, and the reason they did that was to move the ball 5 yards further away from the end zone line, so they'll have 5 more yards to drop it inside. That was a deliberate play right there by the coaching staff.
Again, Frank Corral will drop back. Corral will do all of the kicking for the blitz. Kickoffs, place kicks, and punting. Only been in camp for about a week, but he told me he believes his leg is in mid-season shape or something close to it. Angling for the corner, and it's going to go into the end zone. So he missed. The ball will come out to the 20-yard line, just as in any football league. And Washington will go on offense for the second time in the ball game. In the first quarter here at RFK Stadium, 8 minutes and 12 seconds left in the quarter. We've got no score. So here are the Federals for the second time with Kim McQuilkin at the controls. Craig James wrapped up. 71 is Carl Lorch, an old George Allen favorite. 70 is Kit Latham.
Now, you see, they're going right to James immediately again, right at him, like I said before. Because of the weather conditions, you've got to run right at people and try to slow that pass rush down.
Look at the USFL ball, which is 3/8 of an inch shorter than an NFL ball. You'd be surprised how much difference that can make in the feel of the ball. James gets outside for a little bit, across the 25 and to the 27-yard line.
That was the same type of play that the blitz used against him. It was a draw play. Watch the quarterback come back. He'll show like it's going to be a pass. He gives it to James. Right here, watch this move to the right. That's good. Breaks it, avoids it. Watch him lean forward for that extra yard. Right there, you can't coach that.
Good block on the play by James Mayberry, number 39, the fourth-year fullback out of Colorado. You'll remember him for the Falcons, who used to block for William Andrews and Lynn Kane. Third down, 3 yards to go. Wilkin gets away from one man. Flag is down as James drops the ball. James had beaten Stan White. Would have had a pickup of about 20 yards. And very quickly, let's go down to Al Lerner of our Chicago station WLS, who's on the sidelines with Coy Bacon.
Coy, is the hitting anything comparable to the NFL in this first series?
Well, it's good football. That's all I can say for right now. It's going to be a good league, and a lot of young talent out there, and it's going to be a good game.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's go back up to Jim and Lee.
All right, thanks, Al. And that was 39-year-old Coy Bacon, 15 years out of Jackson State, the Rams, the Chargers, the Bengals, the Redskins, and he can still play.
The holding penalty was declined there. They wanted the football.
So it is 4th down 3. That is Lenny Willis, deep to receive again for the blitz, as Steve Hoffman prepares to kick it away for the Federals. Hoffman's last kick was 32 yards, and you'll recall that it was very nearly blocked.
Looks like they're coming again, Jim.
And once again, they were close. Again, Willis will call the fair catch, leans forward and manages to gather it in at the 44-yard line. And this was a 29-yard kick for Hoffman, who is not exactly having a big day with the punts. We'll be back. You want cheerleaders? We've got 60 of them here today. 30 have been outfitted for each team. George Allen does not notice cheerleaders when he's on a football field. Bob Barber, number 90, is now in the ball game for Bacon at defensive end. That's a frequent substitution we'll see in running situations. But Landry wants to throw, now comes out of the huddle and gets his 36-year-old legs across the 45 and up to the 48-yard line before Ed Baxley, the middle linebacker, dropped him. It's gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Looks like the Blitz's theory is they're going to run Spencer on first down, or they're going to fake Spencer. Now watch. Yeah, watch it. He makes a nice fake here to Spencer. Remember that play they've been running? He sets his feet deep. The protection breaks down, but watch him make a little quick move here. I like this part, though. He tucks the ball away at the last minute. Notice 2 hands? He ought to. He's old enough. He ought to know that.
2nd down 5. Federal showing blitz. The give is to Spencer going in the other way, and he gets only a couple. Good play out at the corner by Barber, number 90, who jammed things up. as did Farley Bell, number 57, an outside linebacker from Cincinnati. Spencer now in the ball game, 5 carries for 23 yards.
You'll notice a difference in the grass in your picture. The middle of the field is solid grass, and the other side, both sides are painted green.
Now here's an either way call on 3rd and 3. Ball's right at midfield. Trumaine Johnson again, down to the 36-yard line. Nothing that Jeff Brown could do about it, as Trumaine got the inside on the curl pattern and the ball was well thrown.
Okay, now watch Johnson. He's got such great speed, he scares that guy to death. That's Butler back, and he comes back, scares Brown to death, gets the first down. A perfectly thrown ball and a very imaginative call on that situation.
Pickup of 14 yards. Another first down for the blitz. This time Johnson is to the near side. And they throw it to him.
Watch out. Watch out. What'd I tell you?
He's going to go.
Watch. Oh!
Loses the football. Loose in the end zone. Touchdown.
Touchdown. All right.
Number 88, Wayman Buggs, gets credit for the touchdown. On the recovered fumble after a 34-yard pass completion to Trumaine Johnson. And I hesitate to say that you could see it coming.
Well, I tell you what, that was a great play because they faked the sweep one way and they came back and threw a screen. When you got a great player like Trumaine Johnson, Jim, you want to get the ball in his hands as many times as you can in different situations. That time he just made a great individual athletic ability play, scored a touchdown. Should have scored a touchdown.
Corral's holder is the backup quarterback, number 14, Tim Cagle. You may remember him at Notre Dame, formerly at Moeller High School under Jerry Faust. Robert Barnes, the backup guard, snaps the ball. Corral nails the extra point. And with 4 minutes, 25 seconds left in the first quarter, the Blitz leads 7-0.
Okay, now watch Johnson. He'll fake 2 steps up the field, steps back and gets a screen. Now the theory is watch those big gorillas out in front of him. 73, 65. He makes a break here, gets up the field. Now the one thing he doesn't do, he doesn't put the ball away. The guy strips the ball, and now it's all over. Everybody's jumping. One of those linemen thinks they got a chance.
And the man who finally wound up with the ball was Wayman Buggs. So it's 7-0 Chicago, and we'll be back. Well, to the degree that anybody can be called an expert on a league which hasn't played any games, most of the people who regard themselves as experts have picked the Blitz to win the championship in this league, and they have lived up to expectations early, as deep to receive are number 16, Reggie Smith, and number 44, Mike Guess. Short kick. And here goes Reggie Smith. He stopped at the 27-yard line where the Federals will have the ball. What's happening in L.A.? Let's go to Frank Gifford in New York.
Thank you, Jim. Herschel Walker's 4th carry of the day for the New Jersey Generals against the L.A. Express. 5-yard touchdown run. Herschel Walker looking awfully good, awfully big, awfully fast. He's carried the ball 4 times for 24 yards. Back to you, Lance.
So Herschel Walker has already begun to make his mark as Kim McQuilkin brings the Federals out on their 3rd possession of the ball game. Still without a first down. Number 16 is Reggie Smith. All the way to the 49-yard line. Pickup of 22 yards. Virgil Livers, number 24, dragged him down from behind.
That was a beautifully executed pass. It was in a spot pass. The quarterback dropped back 3 steps and threw to an area. Watch. He'll go 1, 2, 3. He'll throw to a spot right there. And it's the receiver's responsibility, Smith, to get there, breaks a tackle. A very, very fine football play. First down. And I think that's the first one they've got.
Finding the spot in the zone between Livers, the cornerback, and Don Schwartz, the safety. On first down, Craig James hits hard across the 50 and down to about the 48-yard line of the blitz. Jim Fonhorst, rookie linebacker out of Minnesota, number 55, made the stop. There are the stats on the scoring drive for the Chicago Blitz. 56 yards, 4 plays, and of course, Wayman Buggs getting the touchdown on the fumble recovery in the end zone after a 33-yard reception there, calling it officially, by Trumaine Johnson, who fumbled the ball. McQuilkin on second down. Picked off. Frank Minifield had a shot at a wobbly pass. Now let's go down to Al Lerner, who's with Wayman Buggs.
Wayman, the first USFL touchdown, it wasn't pretty, but you'll take it.
I think it's great. Trumaine made a great run on it. I just happened to be in the right place at the right time.
They hitting hard out there?
Not really. You know, everything has been going pretty good for us, and we're just looking forward to going back out and drive the ball down the field on them again.
Nice touchdown. Back to you upstairs.
Third down and 10 yards to go now. Number 22, Buddy Hardiman, a former Washington veteran, is in the ball game, and now the officials are going to take a moment to discuss something. I'm a little confused by the spotting of the ball, because I believe that it was supposed to be in blitz territory at the 48, and they have moved it back to the original line of scrimmage at the Washington 49. James picked up 3 yards on the first down play.
Well, it's their first game too, right?
In case you're wondering who they are, the referee is Tommy Miller. The head linesman is Jim Mahan. The umpire is Tony Kramer. The line judge, Tony Viteri. The back judge, Bill Wright. And the field judge, Wes Ward.
All household names.
Some of those NFL officials have become household names over the years, to be sure. These gentlemen are hoping just as much as everyone else in the league that they have a future. And for once in my life, I was right. So they do move the football down to the 47-yard line. How do you like that?
Tell them the truth. You looked at the scoreboard.
I'm entitled. Buddy Hardiman, former Redskin utility back, is in there. So is Joey Walters, an outstanding wide receiver up in the Canadian Football League who just came down a few days ago. McQuilkin loses the football. 74, who made the hit, is Joe Ehrman. And I did not catch for sure the man who fell on the ball, but 56, Ed Smith, a linebacker out of Vanderbilt. They nickname him the Sheriff, is going to get credit for the recovery.
Okay, you watch a quarterback drop back. He has no problem here, McQuilkin. He sets his feet good, but that Ehrman, just too much for that Horton, and beats him to the outside and comes from the inside and wraps him up right there, and he fumbles the ball. I would not be surprised to see Holensee, number 9, start warming up for the Feds. They have not moved the ball effectively.
Rookie quarterback Mike Holensee out of Minnesota. Federals coaches are very high on him, and they made no bones about the fact that they won't stay with McQuilkin all day if he's not putting points on the board. Kevin Long with the ball. Hard hit out on the corner, but not before Long picked up about 5 yards. Bob Barber, number 90, was there, and Ron Este, number 55, was also in on it.
Yeah, watch this Baxley, the middle linebacker. He comes from the inside. Kevin Long's got good foot. He doesn't see Baxley right here. Wow! Does he knock him? Has a heck of a play from South Carolina, Baxley.
Hitting Kevin Long, who also played at South Carolina. Second down 4. They called it a gain of 6. Buggs is in motion to the far side, and this is Spencer, the tailback. Pickup of 3. He'll be about a yard short of a first down.
You notice a lot of the times they'll run Spencer from the I formation. There's a good picture of the young man. That's because that's what he ran at Ohio State, and they like to do things that the players are familiar with.
He gained 3,400 yards, close to it in his career. How many of those were against your teams at Indiana?
The last time we played him, he 33 rushes for 192 yards. Not bad.
Good job, Coach. The Blitz have picked up 2 of their 3 third downs so far in the ball game. This is the 4th one. And that's going to be close. It was Spencer with the football. It was Ed Baxley who met him head up at the line of scrimmage.
It looked like the way the official number 36 spotted it, it's going to be a first down with a measurement, but I think it's going to be a first down without one.
need to measure because the yard marker was right on the line, and he has pushed the ball across the line. So it's another blitz first down at the 35-yard line of the Federals. Now, Trumaine Johnson, who had gone out for a moment, comes back into the ball game. And the blitz are now 3 of 4 on third down.
You might wonder why they take Trumaine Johnson out in a situation like that. They need blockers, not great receivers, on a short yardage situation.
Looks like the blitz center, Wally Pursuit, doesn't like the way the ball was spotted there.
Or it could be wet. The center has the right to ask for a dry ball at any time he wants.
Reopens the lines of communication. Looking sharp so far, and this may be a delay of game call against the blitz. It will indeed. And that will irritate George Allen, who likely will think that the officials were more responsible for that delay than his ball players were.
And he's going to tell that official right there. But I tell you what, this is going to happen in an opening ball game. Remember, these football teams did not have a preseason. That's very important. This is their opening game.
The second clock is incorrect. There was only 9 seconds. Have delay penalty.
First game for the timekeeper, too. No delay.
And there's Honesty. Now, just keep your eye on that young man from Minnesota. If they don't move the ball a bit more, he's going to be in there.
Okay, so the clock was incorrect, but it showed that there had been no delay of game when, in fact, there was a delay of game. So make it 1st and 15 at the 40-yard line. Good catch. Number 86 is Paul Ricker, rookie tight end out of Norwich University. Ed Baxley was there on the coverage, but Ricker made a nice diving catch.
Now watch the quarterback. Watch the middle linebacker particularly. He'll go to his left, and that tight end, Ricker, comes back to his right and makes a good diving catch. Notice the concentration. Landry's 5 for 6 for 82 yards.
There's Ricker, who replaced Tim Reitman in the starting lineup when Reitman went down with a knee injury, and there's the gun, which ends the first quarter. So, 15 minutes of United States Football League football has been played here in RFK Stadium, and George Allen's Chicago Blitz have a 7-0 lead over the Washington Federals. Second down, 6 yards to go for the Blitz as they run the first play of the second quarter. Tim Spencer with the football. He's clearly going to get a great deal of work. And now let's go down to Al Lerner on the field.
Lee, you were talking about that they had to dye some of the grass here. That's true. Even though the USFL is spring and summer football, we're starting in the winter. About 75 gallons of dye has been used on some of the winter burned out grass. The middle of the field has been resawed, and so there are special problems with football in the winter, spring and summer.
On that last carry, Spencer picked up 7 yards and a first down at the 21-yard line, and now Kevin Long is getting ruder treatment. Ronnie Este, number 55, was one of the tacklers there, along with Bob Schubert, backup linebacker from New Mexico.
You watch Este underneath the line there. Este is a 10-year veteran of Canadian football. He played at LSU, and he whips the lineman right there and drags him back. Outstanding play by the defense. The Feds have got to come up with a big play and stop him right here.
Let's give a little credit to number 70, Drew Taylor, too, who is playing in the 4th league of his pro career and penetrated from his defensive end position. Now on second down and 12 yards to go, Spencer is met hard by number 45, Bob Schubert, and the Blitz will be facing a passing situation.
If you notice that time, the quarterback called a trap play. That's a very good play on long yardage situations because the linemen come across the line of scrimmage and the offensive lineman can trap them. Good call. Not much yardage, but a good call.
Spencer now 9 carries, 39 yards in the game. And it is third down 10. They must get the football to the 11-yard line, actually well inside of it, to pick up a first down. Trumaine Johnson is on the near side of your screen. He's going instead to number 89, Lenny Willis, and Willis was overthrown in the end zone.
That time they had 3 receivers in. They had all 3 of their fastest men in, and they just ran them straight down the field. Landry just overthrew him.
Benny Smith put a little pressure on Landry and forced him to throw perhaps more quickly than he wanted to, or before he'd gotten a good look at Willis. There's a good look at Greg Landry. He's always had the gray hair, incidentally.
Not always.
Well, almost always. Always as long as we've known him.
Very fine football player, and the difference between the teams right now.
So Corral will try a 37-yard field goal out of Cagle's hold, and the kick is wide to the right. So the Blitz miss an opportunity to expand their lead to 10-0, and with them still dominating the football game, Washington will take the football again when we come back. When the American Football League began in the early 60s, most of the quarterbacks in that league were journeyman backup-type quarterbacks with NFL experience. Tim McQuilkin is another who fits that mold. He's mostly a backup quarterback during his years with the Falcons and the Redskins. In trouble. Ball is loose. Number 77, who hit McQuilkin, was junior IU. And Washington is able to recover the ball. Number 67, Mike Horton, was going for it. I don't know if he is the man who actually came up with it.
You watch IU working on 69 Patton. Patton's his second year from Duke. IU as coach has played 10 years. That's the difference right there. Gets him from the blind side. Quarterback has no defense for that. Great fumble recovery by the quarterback right there. Tim McQuilkin showed you a little bit of pressure, a little bit of guts when he went after that football like that.
Loss of 12 yards on the play. Second down, 22. They got to get the ball all the way out to the 30 for a first down. James gets away from one man, but not two. 24, Virgil Livers forced him out of bounds. Number 28, Don Schwartz, the free safety, the strong safety, I should say, was the first man back there to put pressure on Craig James.
You know, Jim, it's obvious when you're watching a ball game that these young offensive linemen from the Feds are having a hard time with Lorch and Erdman and Lathrop and Alu. All those guys have played. Erdman's played 10 years. Alu has played 10 years. And there's 3 rookies on the offensive line of the Feds. That's the problem right now.
There's a look at Craig James, who has gone out of the ball game. 5 defensive backs in the game now for the Blitz. As the Feds face third down, 18 yards to go.
All right, now the fans are going to boo that call. Watch.
Well, I had James out of the ball game. Clearly he was not, as he got the football, and the fans do, in fact, boo the call. Do you boo the call?
No, I've been down there before. They booed me a lot. But see what that coach did that time was play safe to punt the ball. Third down and 18, they throw an interception, and they got a sure touchdown. I'm not saying these guys aren't going to block this one. They've come close every time the Blitz has on the Feds punt. And they're coming again.
Hoffman is kicking. Remember what a great knifing punt returner Eddie Brown was with the Redskins and the Rams? Eddie Brown is back at midfield and ready to pick this one off.
They got the return on.
And Eddie's got a little seam, too. Inside the 40, down to the 38-yard line. Bob Schubert knocked him out of bounds there. But the Blitz will have excellent field position after the 36-yard punt by Hoffman. Played about 19 minutes in this game, and Chicago has had the ball for 14 of those 19 minutes. The Feds have had the ball 4 times and have yet to hold it more than a minute and a half. So now Landry and the Blitz take control again at the 38-yard line of Washington, leading 7-0 already. Spencer just goes between tacklers for a few yards. Este was there.
They're running Spencer from the I formation, like I mentioned before. There's Holensee warming up. Now, I'm not criticizing McQuilkin, but the problem is with McQuilkin, he doesn't have quick enough feet to get away from those gorillas that are chasing him down. Holensee is quicker, faster, and can avoid the rush, and that's why the coach is making the move.
The gain was a short 2, so it's second down and a long 8. Wants to go deep. overthrows Tremaine Johnson, and that one was thrown away.
What happened that time, the Feds faked the blitz, and Landry called it automatic and kept both backs in the block, but number 2, Tremaine Johnson, did not hear the call. He was supposed to take off running and stop.
Number 70, Drew Taylor, put some pressure on Landry, who's now 5 of 8 in the ball game for 82 yards.
This is a perfect time for Coy Bacon to get after that quarterback.
5 defensive backs in the game. Actually, the middle linebacker comes out, and Mike Guess, 44, goes in as the nickelback for Washington. Federals are showing blitz, but they don't come. Landry throws it out in the flat, and Kevin Long makes a very alert catch. The defensive man was turned around. Greg Butler made the tackle, but Long was able to see the football and get out toward the sideline to get it.
All right, watch Bacon. Comes from the outside, and he comes to the inside. Good holding. Nice job. Then he gets double teamed. Watch Landry's reaction. Throws a quick shot. Long makes a great individual effort. Now, look, you can get up, remember, in professional football and run. Good play on the defense.
It was Schubert, the reserve linebacker, who had his back to the ball as Landry threw it. Number 92, Benny Smith, was in Landry's face. Another first down for the blitz. Kevin Long with the ball, and Kevin Long is getting a new life in football in the United States Football League. Like so many other players, gets a gain of 4 before Coy Bacon brought him down.
It's interesting that the offensive line of blitz is working so well together. There's 3 rookies on that ball club. Taylor, Stevenson, and Norman. 2 of them, I might add, from the Big Ten. Taylor from Northwestern, Norman from Illinois.
Second down, 6. Ball is just outside the 20. Tremaine Johnson.
Watch out.
We've seen this before, and he's down to the 4-yard line this time before Butler, number 28. 7-year veteran out of Howard, 3 times All-Canadian Football League.
Watch it. The quarterback will fake. That makes number 50 stay in the middle. Now, all of a sudden, it's all over. 75's in the middle of him. Tremaine Johnson better tuck that ball away, but he's a fine football player. I would say right now, just from watching this game, Tremaine Johnson could be one of the best players in America. Anywhere.
And because of the way they are playing him, that particular play is available all day long.
Absolutely.
So it's 1st and goal now. This is Kevin Long, and he scored. Second touchdown for the blitz as Long goes in from 4 yards out. The Federals offered very little resistance on that drive.
Okay, now watch the quarterback hand the ball to him deep to Long. Now watch him make a quick break to the outside. You see, he was supposed to go over the middle, then cut to the outside, tucks the ball with 2 hands. We have a rule, 2 hands on the football until you score. That man has been well coached at South Carolina 5 years ago.
6-play drive, 38 yards. Took 3 minutes and 4 seconds. As Landry eased the blitz into the end zone. And now Corral will try to make it 14-0. He does. Now let's have another look.
All right, he gives the ball deep to Long. He's supposed to go off the left tackle, but he sees it crammed up, breaks to the outside. Now watch the 2 hands on the ball right now. That's beautiful coaching by his college coach.
It is 14-0 Chicago Blitz. Mike Hohensee warms up for the Federals. We'll be back. We are back in RFK Stadium. More than 8 minutes remaining before halftime. 44 Mike Guess on the right of the screen. 16 Reggie Smith on the left of the screen. Smith has caused a couple of anxious moments for the Blitz when he's gotten the ball into the open field. But those are about the only difficult moments that the Blitz have experienced in the entire first half. Corral hits this one pretty well down to the 6-yard line, and here comes Mike Guess. Good job of kicking the ball away from Smith. Gets it out to the 26-yard line as Corral goes off. Again, Doak Field made the tackle downfield on the kickoff. He has made 3 special team tackles now. Blitz scoring drive, 6 plays, 38 yards, 3 minutes and 4 seconds. Kevin Long, who's a tough goal line runner, was with the Jets, was at South Carolina. Got the ball into the end zone. Ball is at the 27, and it is still McQuilkin in the ball game for the Federals. McQuilkin, 2 of 5 for 25 yards. He's been sacked twice. Craig James, 3 tough yards against Joe Ehrman, one of the veterans on that blitz defense. And now let's go down to Al Lerner, who's with Trumaine Johnson.
Trumaine, first pro game. You feel like a pro now?
Yes, I do. The team is really executing well. And we're really putting out, and we're fired up, and we have the lead. We just hope we can.
Is there a better receiver on the field than you right now?
No.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's go back upstairs.
4 catches for 72 yards in the game so far for Trumaine. Eddie Robinson called him the best receiver he ever had at Grambling. That covers some ground. Wilkin on 2nd down and 8. Overthrows the screen pass. He was trying to get it to Mark Brown, a rookie wide receiver. Carl Lorch and Joe Ehrman were the ones who were coming in hard on McQuilkin. Look at that, Lee.
It doesn't mean how long you get the ball. It's what you do with it after you get it. Now, the difference in the ball teams right now is the fact that the middle of the line of the Feds cannot hold the middle of the line of the blitz away from the quarterback. That's why that coach called a screen to try to give the quarterback some confidence, but he threw the ball over the guy's head.
First downs in the ball game. Chicago has 9 now. Washington has 1. Buddy Hardeman and Joey Walters are both in. This throw was to Walters, and he was unable to get focused on it well enough to catch it. So, another kicking situation for the Feds, and hey, it's tough when you get booed in the first half of your first ball game.
Well, the fans are they're on the quarterback, and they're on the coach, and they're on everybody, but that's basically because they paid 18 bucks a ticket. And if I paid 18 bucks a ticket, I might boo too.
Now, Wayman Buggs, no. It is 89. Lenny Willis, who is deep to receive again for the blitz. Apparently, they're only going to use Brown in situations where they think they are going to get a good chance at a run back. Hoffman's kick is short. Willis makes the fair catch at the 44-yard line of Chicago. And again, they'll have excellent field position. This time, Hoffman's punt was only 27 yards. So it's 14-0 Chicago. First down from the 44-yard line. Landry.
To the left of Spencer. Spencer catches the ball right here, follows number 65, and goes down and makes a good block, and Trumaine Johnson even gets in the way of a guy. Not bad for a receiver.
Butler, the cornerback, was there along with Zupancic to run Spencer out of bounds, but not before he picked up 11 yards. Again, Spencer. This time very close to 10 yards and another first down. Call it a gain of 9 down to the 35-yard line.
Okay, now watch the inside line. Watch the blitz trap and blow them off the ball. He's just smashing them off the ball, and he's just driving through people. That's Spencer's best game, right smack at him, 11 times for 50 yards.
It wasn't always this easy for Greg Landry. Second down 2. Actually a long one. Kevin Long trying to pick up the first down. May have fallen short. Five games in all being played today. Here's some scores from elsewhere around the league. Philadelphia leading Denver 7-0 in the second quarter. New Jersey on top of Los Angeles 9-6 in the second quarter. As you know, Herschel Walker already with a TD there. The Boston Breakers leading the Tampa Bay Bandits 17-14 in the fourth quarter. They did get a first down on the short run by Long, so now it is veteran out of San Jose State, knocked the pass down. He played in the World Football League. He played in the National Football League. He played in the Canadian Football League. Now he's in the U.S. Football League.
Quarterback drops back 3 steps. 1, 2, 3, and throws. And the problem is he didn't get the ball over Taylor's hands, who jumps high and bats it down with his hand.
Now Trumaine Johnson has returned to the lineup, replacing Lenny Willis on 2nd down 10. Landry is looking at Johnson all the way. That time he was unable to get free. Greg Butler, number 28, on the coverage. Johnson appears to work better on the other side against Brown.
Butler makes a great player, but I think basically what problem was, their protection was different that time. They did what we call a bootleg. They started one way and came back, and Trumaine could not beat that guy deep. Good play by Butler.
Now Willis is back in the ball game, replacing Trumaine Johnson. Check it, replacing Paul Ricker, the tight end. So now they have 3 wide receivers on 3rd down and 10. Willis in the slot. Johnson is to the far side. Landry, and this is what he doesn't do well. He's doing all right here. He did hold on to the football and get back to the 33-yard line for a gain of 1 yard. Number 70, Drew Taylor, was the man who got in there and chased him out of the pocket. 79, Coy Bacon, got there too.
That's a great play by Coy Bacon. The quarterback drops back. Now watch the quarterback. He's got to try to hit the man across the middle, but this protection breaks down with Taylor. But now watch the effort on Coy Bacon right there. Come on, Coy! Yeah!
You gotta love him. Coy says he's 39 years old. Some people dispute that. And it's not that they're saying he's 36 or 37. We're looking more into the numbers in the 40s. But Coy says 39 years old. He's got the rap down. He knows that he was supposed to be born in 1944, and I believe it.
He's playing like he's 29.
Now Corral is going to try a 51-yard field goal, which is blocked.
There's the break.
Free ball. Mike Guess, 44, is the man who was chasing the football. Jeff Brown, 36, was there also. And the Federals will have good field position for one of the first times. Guess, 44, was the man who recovered it. Jeff Brown, number 36, was the one who blocked it.
That was a great inside rush by the left side. But you know what did that play? Coy Bacon's great play, stopping him, making him go for the field goal, forced that. Now, Coach Yock, now watch him. He's going to come through here, but they come from the right side. He'll dive, tip it, right there.
And now Mike Hohensee has come into the ball game for the Federals, so the crowd comes to life. Craig James on 1st down, picks up 3 yards, and already with Hohensee in the ball game, the offensive line seemed to fire off the ball better than they have before.
Well, you know, it's always like that, and there's no reflection on the quarterbacks or the coaches, but they're always second-guessing everybody. But in this situation, they needed something. Obviously, they weren't moving the football. The coach did a smart thing by making the move.
17, Joey Walters in the game at wide receiver, replacing Reggie Smith. Federals coaches expect him to be their number 1 receiver sometime. He's only been around 3 days. Hohensee wants to go deep. 83 was Mark Brown. 24 on the coverage was Virgil Livers. The fans want a pass interference call against Livers. Stan White wants a pass interference call in the opposite direction against Brown.
Hohensee round up and throw it long there. You know, Hohensee's wrapped. Now watch this kid run. Mark Brown gets down, he breaks a little bit to his outside, and he starts running. It's called a fly pattern. He's taller than Livers, and that's what they're trying to do, get the tall man on the short man, but it's pretty good pass defense. Territorial rights.
Now on 3rd and 7, Buddy Hardiman is in the game for Mayberry. Hohensee gets a little time, but overthrows on the out pattern, trying to hit Joey Walters.
You notice what they did that time, Jim, which was very smart. They brought Hohensee half roll. In other words, they brought him away from the middle of the pocket. The reason is he's not very tall, and he can't see over the lineman.
Federals have had 6 3rd down situations, have yet to convert one into a 1st down. And rather than attempt a field goal from all the way out here at the 42, which would have to be about a 59-yarder, Steve Hoffman is on. Willis, 89, and 25, Eddie Brown, are both deep this time. 31.3 yards only on his kicks so far in the game. And again, Willis makes the fair catch, this time back at the 11-yard line on a 32-yard punt, which turns out to be very effective. It's 14-0 Chicago.
Quarterback out of UCLA has replaced Mike Ray, and he has 2 consecutive completions. This one goes out to Tony Bodie, and it puts the LA Express out on top. They lead 13-9. They got the conversion. The LA Express has come back under the arm of Tom Ramsey. Back to you.
Back in RFK Stadium. Those Los Angeles Express uniforms remind you of anything you've seen before, Lee? It looks like Oakland, doesn't it? A little like Oakland, a little like the Cowboys when they're in their dark blue jerseys too, with all that silver and dark. Now the blitz will start from their own 11-yard line. On their previous possessions, they were always in great field position, starting 2 of them in the Federals territory and the rest outside their 40. First down, Spencer gets about 8 yards out to the 19. Got around the corner. Jeff Brown chased him out of bounds.
Hey, Jim, you know, and it's interesting. That play there was almost exactly the same play. Remember that they ran against Ohio State, ran against Michigan that you had on the beginning of the show? Makes a great play.
Remember Obed Ariri? That was him, number 1. Broke some NCAA records while kicking for Clemson.
He might break one here standing the longest.
Second down 2 after Spencer's 8-yard gain on first down. Now Kevin Long goes the other way. And Long is met and dropped short of a first down by Ronnie Este and John Zupancic. Here it is 14-0 Chicago in Los Angeles. The Los Angeles Express lead the New Jersey Generals and Herschel Walker 13-9. And Brady Porcozen in the ball game now at tight end, as they will go with 2 tight ends on third down and about a yard. Long has been getting the short yardage. And it is Long again, who busts across the 20 to the 23-yard line for a blitz first down before Ed Baxley made the stop.
Total offense, Chicago 200, Washington 24.
Is at the 24-yard line. The Chicago Blitz under George Allen, playing as well as so many people expected them to in this game, have completely dominated it. Blitz, of course, will be in the Central Division of the United States Football League as we get the 2-minute warning now, 2 minutes to go before halftime. So when we return to RFK Stadium, there'll be 2 minutes left in the half. It's 14-0 Chicago. See Craig James, who is now on the sidelines as the Washington Federals play defense against the Chicago Blitz. The Blitz with a first down at their 24-yard line in a half they have completely dominated. James' rushing statistics reflect the futility of the Washington offense so far. Those 18 yards represent 18 of the 24 yards they have gained in the ballgame.
And they have not been easy yards.
Trumaine Johnson is to the far side. Wayman Buggs is in the slot. Kevin Long has the football, and Long is across the 25 and close to the 30-yard line. He has great leg drive straight ahead.
He's strong. That's a very conservative call, isn't it? You're ahead 14-0. You got the other team in around, and you run right smack up the middle.
George has never been thought of as a flamboyant offensive strategist.
He might be trying to go in 14-0, which wouldn't be too bad, particularly when he's playing such good defense up front.
Long 10 carries for 32 yards. You know, throughout his career, a typical George Allen blowout is not of the 45-0 variety, but rather when you beat a team like 22-3 and hold them to 7 or 8 first downs and get 5 or 6 turnovers. Spencer on first down has big yardage, and this may give him the room to try a little bit as they go out to the 39-yard line. Now, here's a new USFL rule. Just as in college football, throughout a ball game, here only in the last 2 minutes of each half, a first down stops the clock. So when you gain a first down on a running play like that, unlike in the NFL, if you're working the 2-minute drill, Meanwhile, the clock on the screen runs just to show that I'm dead wrong. The first down was supposed to stop the clock.
It stopped, and then it starts when they set the screen.
All right.
Oh, watch that play. Beautiful.
Trumaine Johnson again.
Uh-oh.
He is to the 39-yard line of Washington. Donnie Harris made the stop, which saved a touchdown. But so far, the Federals have no way of covering Trumaine Johnson.
Now, he goes on about 15 yards here. They fake the screen, and then he looks for the ball. Watch. I tell you what, I don't know how much they paid that guy, but they didn't pay him enough.
On first down, Landry throws over the head of Trumaine Johnson. That'll make it second down 10. There are 43 seconds now left in the half.
That play was designed to throw a sideline pass to Johnson. If he was not open, throw it out of bounds and stop the clock. Very good strategy. That's Charlie Waller, the offensive coordinator, telling Willis what he wants done.
Charlie Waller, who was himself once a head coach in the National Football League.
And also in Clemson.
Used to coach the San Diego Chargers. Second down 10, interesting call as he gets down to the 35-yard line, and now the Blitz call a timeout to stop the clock. They'll have third down and 4. Ed Baxley made the stop in his middle linebacker position. So with 37 seconds left before the half, and the Blitz leading 14-0, we'll be back. There's a look at Ray Yock, who is formerly the coach of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Before that, he coached in Edmonton in the CFL. And the Blitz, who are 6 of 9 on third down situations so far in the ball game, have third and 4. Ball at the 33. Landry wants to throw to Trumaine Johnson again, and this time Johnson ran a different pattern than the one that Landry was anticipating.
They try to run Trumaine Johnson straight up the field, and then we're going to run a sideline cut, but he just didn't get the signal straight. It's fourth down. It's going to be an interesting call here.
Well, I don't think they're going to try a field goal again because, frankly, he had Corral kicking from 51 or 52 yards. He was beyond his range anyway.
Plus, the coach figured they blocked the last one. He didn't want to get in that situation, have him block it, pick it up, and score, and go in with momentum.
3 wide receivers in the ball game. Johnson is to the far side. Lenny Willis and Wayman Buggs to the near side. Good throw. He hit Willis down the middle. He has a first down at the 22-yard line. Mike Guest, the nickelback, made the stop. Ohio State tackling Ohio State.
Now watch him. They have 2 receivers going down the field. Willis will just find an open spot, gets one-on-one coverage, delivers the ball. That's a timing cut. Makes a good play there. That's Ohio State tackling Ohio State. Woody would be proud of those guys, wouldn't he?
Woody is proud of those guys.
He's proud of all his men. Not only those, all those others that graduated and are now making a great career.
A lot of people are going to be tempted to say, on the basis of what they've seen here in this first half, that Allen, the known quantity, has horsewhipped Ray Yock, the Canadian coach whom they don't know. That isn't really the case.
Let me tell you what, if Allen came on this side and Yock went on that side, Yock would win. The guys in the red have a better football team right now than the guys in the white. The Chicago Blitz are a fine football team. They're well-schooled. They got some nice veterans. Coach Yock's got one problem. He's got to try to get out of this without going in there 21-0, because that really puts a lot of pressure on him.
But for the moment, there is nothing that Yock can do other than to hope his defense is going to be able to resist Chicago here with 25 seconds left on the clock. He marked the ball out at the 23. Trumaine Johnson is to the far side, and again, with 3 wide receivers in the game, Willis and Buggs are to the near side.
Here they come.
The blitz got through, and Johnson gets a touchdown anyway.
Geez.
What a catch. No flag, no call of offensive interference, which the defensive backs for the Federals might have been looking for. Donnie Harris was there, as was Butler. Johnson took the ball away.
There's absolutely nothing you can do about this. Butler's a 7-year pro. Trumaine runs in and runs a corner route, and from then on, it's athletic ability. Now, watch the concentration. Oh, I don't know what Herschel Walker got, but this guy's better than Herschel Walker. I'm telling you.
Well, I don't know.
Wait a minute. I bet you. This guy's unbelievable.
There's another look. That is a touchdown pass from Landry to Trumaine Johnson. Look at that. He almost lost the football and got it back. That's a remarkable play.
That's a remarkable player.
And the extra point by Corral is good. It is 21-0 Chicago. Trumaine Johnson, under the coaching of George Allen, in this first half, Trumaine Johnson has 6 catches for 116 yards.
See what Herschel Walker's got.
Well, he's not catching the ball way down the field.
I know. That's why I said this guy is a great football player. I mean, I don't care what league you're talking about. You know, Jim, you can see natural great ability in that kid. Now, watch this exceptional play here. And you know, you could be critical of the defensive back, but he's playing his area pretty well. All right, a quarterback is getting rushed. Now watch, he knows the spot that he's going to be in. He just throws it. 2 guys. Oh, man. You think Eddie Robinson's proud of that? Has to be.
Meanwhile, Landry, with the pleasure of throwing to Trumaine Johnson, has stats of 11 of 18 for 177 yards.
I'd be interested to know who else has caught the ball.
Reggie Smith and Mike Guess are back to receive the kick from Corral. Landry has actually spread the ball around to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different receivers, but Johnson has 6 catches and the other 5 guys have 1 apiece. Reggie Smith, he's got some room. Out to the 41-yard line. You see that Corral was in on the tackle along with Doug Cozen. Corral's a big physical guy. He can get out there and muscle with you a little bit.
But I guarantee it's 21-0. I wouldn't want my guy in there then.
Scoring drive for the Blitz that time, 89 yards, their longest drive of the ball game, 11 plays, time of possession 3 minutes and 6 seconds, and Johnson got the touchdown. So the Federals with 3 wide receivers and 14 seconds on the clock try to hoist one up. Instead it is the screen. Buddy Hardiman has the football. Hohensee is still in the game. Stan White, first time we've given him a call on a tackle. 33 years old, 11-year veteran out of Ohio State. Played with the Colts and the Lions. Made the tackle for Chicago.
You might wonder why that quarterback threw that play and called it. The reason, simple reason, it was a completion, right? He's got to go into the dressing room. Coach Yock's problem right now is behind. He thinks the other team might be better physically, and he's got to do some things different in that dressing room and try to trick them a little bit, or else these guys are going to run right off the field. The Blitz is a good football team, and I don't care what level of professional football.
You know what's interesting, Lee? Unlike what we've seen from many George Allen teams in the past, they have done this today, defensively dominated the Federals while playing pretty much plain vanilla on defense. Absolutely. Not a lot of blitzing, not much gambling.
Good observation, Jim. Just because they're better. Why mess around?
Second down, 7 yards to go after the 3-yard gain. This will be the last play of the half. Joey Walters is down there, and Minifield had him covered all the way. So, the half ends in futility for Washington. Something they experienced throughout the half. And you see Ray York heading for the dressing room. He's got a lot to talk about. Much work ahead of him. Meanwhile, George Allen has had the kind of first half that a lot of people suspected he and his team might. They scored 3 times. In some ways, it could have been worse. Al Lerner from WLOS LSTV is with him right now.
Well, so far it is. They got a sign up there that kind of riled me up a little bit. They said George Allen doesn't win here anymore. I guess they've forgotten.
You prove it again. The good offense starts with good defense.
Right. Well, we still got 30 minutes to play, and we have to improve our special teams. Our special teams didn't do a good job.
That's the only area you're unhappy with?
That's the only area. We'll straighten that up.
This is Al Lerner in Washington.